Hello, everybody. This is Alan Melanson from the Historical Association of Annapolis Royal, an Explorer Guide. I'm here at the Show and Shine, the Antique Show and Shine at the North Hills Museum in Granville Ferry, operated by the Annapolis Heritage Society. And I've got with me here today Wayne Smith, the Executive Director of the Society, who might give us a couple of words about what people have seen today here in Granville Ferry at North Hills Museum. So, Wayne, could you give us a couple of words about this?
Yes, well, we have a great selection of cars, starting basically in 1920, right up until 1990. This is the largest show we've ever had before. It's our 10th annual car show. We have more than 65 entries, and we hope that it keeps on growing from year to year. And people find it a very exciting venue to come and visit. And I think it's appropriate to have all these beautiful antique cars in an antique setting.
Perfect. Well, I see David Cranton and Lisa Hamilton are already watching us. We're encouraging everybody to come here to North Hills Museum to come and see the Antique Car Show. As Wayne was mentioning, this is the 10th annual, growing bigger and better than ever. And we've got lots of nice vehicles today. I'm walking over here to meet a distinguished gentleman who lives on St. George Street. Blaine Schumacher. Could you tell me, and who's sitting with you here?
Give him your name.
Suzanne Windsor-Lewis.
Oh, well, welcome, and you're good to see you here. Now, Blaine, you've been showing here for a while, haven't you?
Yeah, ever since it started.
Okay, 10 years. Well, you look younger than 10 years ago. You're looking good.
I am how you say. I cannot help it.
Okay, très bien, Mr. Schumacher.
Bien.
Could you tell me a bit about the vehicle you have here today?
Yeah, that's a 1931 Model A Rumble Seat Roadster. It's the last year they made them.
Okay.
So, it's a pretty nice car. Drives terribly.
Oh, drives terribly, but looks good. Yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Runs like junk.
Okay, now, how long have you had that vehicle?
I would say 10 years.
10 years, and where did you get it from?
That came from Indiana.
Indiana. Okay, so did you have to do much work to it? It was in pretty good shape when you got it?
I buy them that way.
You buy them, you only looked at the prime fix.
Because it costs more to restore it than it is to buy it.
Yeah.
Buick I paid $38,000 for this Buick, and the bills that came with it were $138,000 that the guy had into it. Just can't get anything.
No. Yeah, you could have bought it.
People who restore it because they want to do it. They
Right.
like doing it.
Yes.
George Bruce is an
Yes.
example of that.
Mm-hmm.
Dave York, he does a lot of it.
Okay, Dave York. I know Dave. He's got a Triumph Fair. That's all right.
This is
No. This is
Rodri.
Facebook Live.
He owns the
What's your name, sir? I see you swimming in the river quite often there,
Yes.
and identify yourself to our
Well, you
viewers
should
here.
join me.
Well, we'll one of these
Behind you.
days.
You want your name?
When Blaine jumps in, I'll jump after him.
Yes, Rodri's my name.
Rodri.
The car is behind
Well,
you.
let's come and look at this car. Blaine, I just have one question for Blaine. How many vehicles? Do you own quite a few vehicles, don't you, there?
few, yeah.
A few. And you've been a long-time collector?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We keep one in England, and
Okay.
rid of that.
So when you travel to Europe, if you don't have to rent a car, you can drive your own.
1902 Oldsmobile.
Okay, well, that might want to push your own then, you tell me. Okay. Well, folks, we're inviting everybody to come here to North Hills Museum, run by Annapolis Heritage Society, and to come and view the Antique Car Show. Wayne Smith was telling me it's the largest they've had up to date. Over 65 vehicles here in prime shape, and we've got one of the great vehicles of the show.
Well, just come and look at the detail, because this is so unusual. There are very few Armstrong Sidleys that have survived, but you see, it was supposed to be as silent as the Sphinx.
Okay, and is it as silent as the Sphinx?
Well, sort of.
Yeah. How long have you owned this car?
3 years.
Where did you get it?
In BC, but somebody bought it from England.
Oh, from
Vancouver.
England.
And then I shipped it over. And I tell you who has brought it into its stately state, and that's Mike up at Lakeele Alignment.
Oh, Mike Anderson, is it?
Yeah,
oh,
he's done some lovely work on it.
Okay,
so.
what did he have to do mostly to get her?
Really, to get the antique plates, which
Yes.
it's got, we had to do something about the steering, because it was a bit like steering a boat.
Okay.
So he's tightened all that up, but we had to get the bolts sent over from England.
Right.
And actually, Dave York, who you know,
Yes.
too. And then he also put in as a backup to the brake system,
Right.
which had become one of the vacuums had gone rotten with it, so he dealt with that. he got the bodywork all aligned. I mean, it's British.
Oh, this is beautiful.
So but the bodywork with the British manufacturers was always a little bit, how should we say, loosey-goosey.
Okay.
But he got it done beautifully. The really nice thing about it, though, is that the engine is quite powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell the RCMP, but this got up to well over 85.
Okay, so it can...
But I slowed down,
Slowed
I promise.
down. Oh, no. You were being cautious. No, look at all leather interior here.
That's
And
right. Two-tone.
Yes,
A very nice, actually, wood dash.
Wood dash, and I see that now to drive in Canada, since it's an antique, you can still drive it on that side, right?
But it's actually not bad. The roads in Nova Scotia, I think, are really good, to be honest with you. I really enjoy driving. And of course, actually on that side, if you just follow the inner part and you don't try and mess around overtaking,
you're safe, yeah. Do you have other old cars that you've collected, antiques?
Well, my wife has one.
Yes.
You met. She's got the Canadian maple syrup brown TR6.
I'll have to look for that one when I go through there.
Over by there.
And how long have you been collecting old cars and old antiques? Has it been a hobby of yours lifelong, or?
Yeah, I'm an overgrown child.
Okay, that's good. Keeps you going.
You know, it's sort of my big toy. Yes, I did earlier, but I tell you, there's a story behind this. I got this car because my father had one.
Okay.
And I didn't see very much of my father after the age of 13.
Oh.
So it's kind of recovering my
youth. Your youth.
And you know, if you ask people, there'll be an interesting story about all
every
the cars.
Car. Well, that's wonderful. Well, I'm glad you brought this across the country from British Columbia to Annapolis, Nova Scotia. And,
paradise on earth.
The Acadians call this Paradis Terrestre.
It's true.
Near paradise at the end of the Port Roll. An old French map, Paradis Terrestre, heaven on earth.
It is, it's wonderful.
And if you even want to shoot we've got a nice golf course here in Annapolis Road, but there's also one on the other end.
Yeah.
Eden, heavenly round of golf in paradise.
But just look around.
I'm going to look around and have a look at a few things.
Lovely to talk to you.
Well, thanks for making yourself available here. I'm going to walk over here and see what we have on this side here, because it looks like we've got a nice kind of...
lovely car.
Yeah, this one is quite a car here. And I'm asking folks who are viewing this live if you want to make a comment about if you have an old car or where you're viewing from. We'd like to hear from you. I see that we have quite a crowd here. It's getting quite dark here. It's probably not humid a bit here today. And do any of you gentlemen own this car? Right here. Well, sir, what's your name and where are you from?
Raymond Brothers from Woodville.
From Woodville on the 221 highway there. Very good. And what is the make of your car? Could you give us a couple of words about it?
Yeah, it's a 1931 Model A Roadster.
Oh, nice. And how long have you had this vehicle?
3 years since Christmas.
3. Where did you get it from?
That comes from, originally it was a car that was bought in California.
Okay.
And then it was sold to somebody in Kentucky. And it went to, I think it was Louisiana, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
And then they passed away, and they had some nephews that lived up in Fredericton.
Okay.
And they wouldn't drive it because they didn't know how to fix it.
Okay.
So they put it up for sale, and we were lucky enough to get it.
Do you do your own work on this, or do you have a mechanic? Can you?
We do a little bit. Like a good friend that does
a lot of work. And was it in good shape when you bought it?
Like this.
Perfect. Yeah, I was telling one fellow was telling me Blaine Schumacher that one time he had bought a vehicle that was $38,000, but it was $100,000 worth of work needed to be done to it, so it's pretty expensive. So restoration themselves is a hobby in itself, but collecting old antiques is what you're into, and you'll do a little bit of light work, but needs to be done.
Yeah, but it's a lot cheaper to buy it already done. Sure.
Okay, then you would. Yeah, if you had to buy a car, every piece in itself, nobody could afford to buy a vehicle even these days, because when they come by piece, and you have to buy it all and put it together, it's a job. Yeah. I like your wheels. Those are the kind of steel kind of spokes on that, is it?
Spoke wheel, yeah.
Yeah. And white wall tires.
Mm-hmm.
How I know you're not going to race with this, but can you go at a pretty good clip on the road, or?
You got a good road, about 35, 40 miles.
Oh, okay. Bad roads, you don't want to be bumping in that too much.
And you get those grooves in it.
Yeah.
You'll follow that, but that's good speed. 30
well, thank you for coming to Granville Ferry, from Woodville. And have you been to this show before?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, keep coming, and we'd like to see this. Hey, David Longmire.
Hi there.
You have a car here today, do you?
I do.
Okay, which one do you have?
Way back.
Well, we'll walk to the link here, because what is it itself, Dave? What car?
64 Comet.
Oh, 64 Comet. And how long have you had that vehicle?
Probably 10 years.
10 years now. So where do you store it now in the winter?
In my garage.
Oh, you've got a place there, so it beats going up to Hampton like we did one year with the Mustang.
Yeah.
Was this the car? No, this wasn't the car you had back then. No, you were storing your. Was it a Cadillac you had? A big Cadillac?
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is the Comet, 64 Comet. And how you said you've had this for 10 years, David?
Yep.
Yeah, you might go stand by the car so all the women can see you.
Just what I need.
Yeah. But we're here in the North Hills Museum, run by Annapolis Heritage Society. Al Melanson here for Explorer Guide and the Historical Association of Annapolis Road. And I've got David Longmire with me. He's got a 1964 Comet. Now, David, do you drive this quite a bit, or?
Quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah. Does it go up the mountain pretty good?
Oh, yeah, great.
What is there a good motor? What kind of motor do you have in there?
It's only a small 6-cylinder.
Yeah.
But it only has 15,000 miles on it.
Okay, so you bought it with very little mileage.
Yeah.
And did you have what was your first car that when you were a kid driving yourself before you start collecting old cars now?
A really nice 1932 Model B Ford.
Oh, maybe you wish you had that still, did you?
I do.
Yeah. But, well, do you have other cars that you keep it onto one here?
Yep.
Who did you have to do a paint job on it? Was it already done?
Just had it painted, yeah.
Who painted this for you?
It was the Day and Night Auto in Middleton.
Okay, nice. And Dave, they did really a nice job on this. So it only 15,000 miles, so it's brand new. It's not even broken in.
Not really, no.
Well, David, thank you for talking to us about your 64 Comet, and also appreciate when you came with us to Nashville to dance. We did a good job out there, and then that was almost 96. That was 22 years ago that our dance club went over there. We actually do line dancing at the amphitheater free. This Thursday will be one. We get about 25 people show up there, and then some people watch. So if you want to come, you can join us all, the Transworld Dance Club over there, and it's welcome for everybody. Now we got some music even going on here today. That's good. Just give it a little listen.
I could dream all night to the sound of a slide.
This is in the shade, so it's nice and cool over here compared to the. You're having a good to listen to music here, are you?
Yes.
Where are you folks visiting from?
Nicktaw,
Nicktaw, on the 201 highway.
Yes.
I remember my first trip to Nicktaw was when I was a kid, about 12 years old. I worked for a farmer, Gordon Prime, and he said, we're going to go pick up some carrots in Nicktaw.
Okay.
So we went and dug up 100 bags of carrots, because he also peddled vegetables and everything. So I still remember going there with a big field of carrots, and then we dug that up, and lunchtime he had brought some moose meat sandwiches for lunch. So what brings you out here? Do you have a vehicle yourselves?
Yes, we have a 1968 Meteor Rideau, the big red one over there with the A&W one.
Oh, okay, well, I'll go look at that. How long have you owned that vehicle?
Probably 3 years.
Okay, where did you get it?
PEI.
In Prince Edward Island. Was it a PEI car, or was it brought there from somewhere else?
We don't
You
really know.
no, okay, but it's in good. Do you have to do much work to it, or?
No.
Oh, good. That's the way to buy them. That way you don't have to put thousands of dollars in fixing something you've paid money to buy. You see, so no, very good. Well, you're enjoying the shade.